Yeah, welcome back to DXB today. Hope you're enjoying the Dubai Fitness Challenge. Hope you've done your 30 by 30. Okay, fitness, one element of it. But what you're putting into your body throughout Dubai Fitness Challenge. Big focus for us today on our understanding of calories. Now, our next guest will explore the link between nutrition, recovery and sustained energy. Please welcome the much sought after nutritionist and nutrition and supplement expert, Nabih Kayali, who joins us live on the sofa. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you so much for having me.
Especially during Dubai Fitness Challenge, you know, only the busiest month of the year for you guys. But listen, let's do some definitions if we can, because I think a lot of people have this idea of calories, that calories equal energy. But can you get energy from other sources?
So let's get into that. So a calorie, what does that mean? A calorie is a simple unit towards energy. So the food that you eat is broken down into macros and micronutrients. When it comes to macros, they're protein, carbs, and fat. Protein, every 1 gram of protein equals to 4 calories. So every 1 gram of protein will give you equally 4 energy calories. And then carbs will give you 4 calories, fat will give you 9 calories. But the thing is that people take mistakenly is that if they eat whatever they want within a calorie range, which is 2,000 calories, they're gonna feel energetic. That's absolutely false. What matters also is not just the macros, but also the micronutrients inside. So that's why we always say, if you want to have the best energy out of food, 80 to 90% of your food should be whole food, should be single unit ingredient food. So what do I mean by that? If it wasn't available 100 years back, so rice is a single unit, potato is a single unit, fruits is a single unit, meats, liver, whatever it is, this is a single unit. But for example, having something which is processed, which is multiple elements together, that is not considered a whole food, and that will not give you energy at all. This would be just a wasted calorie. And let's come back to other side. The reason why people don't feel energetic when they eat is because they have other health related issue. So there's a very simple term called nutrition partitioning. In a very simple terms, if you eat the food, for example, let's say somebody who is healthy, same as me, versus another person, they tell you we ate rice, we ate carbs here in culture, and we feel foggy after it. We don't feel focused. While if I eat rice, I eat a rice meal, I feel energetic after this. What's the difference? Is that my body, when I'm eating something, is breaking down the nutrients into macros and micros. For example, fat is going towards the cell membrane and to hormones. Protein is going towards the cell regeneration. Carbs is going towards energy. While other people, the problem with them, because they have a slight insulin resistance because of bad habits, when they eat, their body doesn't look at them to partition this in nutrients and macros, and it takes it all and it stores it. Okay. And that's where the people feel the dip after, exactly, after the food.
So in terms of recovery, what are some of your go-to foods that people can focus on to perform better, to have more mental clarity, less fog, and less bloating?
So I call that productivity nutrition, and it's a term that I came up with, guys, but I found out that when I eat certain types of food, I actually feel more focused and productive throughout the day. So blueberries, for example, they're very good for the brain, full of antioxidants. If I have a meat which has low fat, whether it's chicken breasts, whether it's even salmon is good, white fish, tenderloin steak, I do feel energetic throughout the day. When I keep the meal, even if I want to have a carbs, it's not more than 150 to 200 grams of the carb source itself, which is potato, steamed white rice. I absolutely feel energetic. The moment I add any processed sugar, that's where it happens. So for me, a perfect scenario, start your day always. It doesn't matter you have breakfast or you don't have breakfast, it's basically just habits. You start with the medium fat meal, try to minimize the carbs with a good moderate amount of protein, and then try to always keep the carbs minimal amount around the training time or around the task where you feel focused with.
So can we talk about supplements then? Yeah. How can you incorporate supplements into your diet without replacing the food?
Amazing question. So there are a lot of supplements right now, more than thousands, and we see on social media everyone is speaking about that. And it could work with you, not could work with me. So I have a simple rule. It's a framework that I've figured out after I worked with more than 6,000 people. It's called 3-2-1. So what do I mean by that? Let me explain it. So we just need 6 supplements that we rotate them every now and then. So 3 of them are base supplements. So this is not a medical advice, this is not any advice, but I'm going to tell you what are the base supplements list. Creatine, zinc, magnesium, vitamin D, omega-3. This is part of the 5 base supplements. We choose 3. And this is chosen based on your lifestyle habits. What do you need? And then 2 of them from your stack is to boost. Boost what? Boost cognition, boost focus, boost energy, boost testosterone, boost whatever you want to boost based on a blood test or whatever that you've done. And then 1 is to fix. So what do I mean by fix? We see the biggest problem, whether it's a vitamin D deficiency. So we hit with the vitamin D. We see if they have a very high HP1AC, which is an indicator that somebody is having insulin resistance, perhaps they would add the natural supplements, same as berberine, for example. And what we do is that we track every 14 to 21 days, every night, how you feel in terms of energy and everything that. And then every 6 weeks, we rotate the 6 supplements. And that way, you don't need to buy 20 bottles per day. You don't need 20 plus pills. All you need is 6 supplements.
Okay.
Because it's interesting talking about the supplement side of things, because there are still some people that say, listen, if you eat right, you don't need supplements. And but there are obviously people like yourself that say, of course you can still eat right, but supplements still help. What's your take on that?
Well, you can't get the micronutrients of vitamins and these supplements from food. So for example, if you want to have a 5 gram of creatine, which is a simple scoop, you need to eat probably 2 kgs of meat every day. You would probably have so much health issues of eating 2 kilograms. If you want to have 1,000 milligram of vitamin C, probably you need to have 20 oranges. You will have diabetes because of that. So or the same thing with B12 or zinc or whatever. So I think that science came to a point where this is part of now life. You know, even if you eat organic and stuff, every human being needs, based on their blood test, differs from one person to another. They don't need to be scared out of it. Supplements is something which is natural, just safe completely if done right. So yeah, no matter what, you can't compensate. It's same as somebody will tell you, I can get to have all the burgers, pizza that I want if I do 2 hours on stairs. You can't outwork a bad diet. And same thing, like you can't get everything just from just food. Let's just be honest.
I think people can get a little bit overloaded with. There's so much information out there at the moment, and of course you can just ask your phone these days, and it's also got an opinion. So, in terms of that sort of small step, so there are people out there being a bit overwhelmed by it all. Is there one sort of small change you can make, anyone can make, during a day where you can see a difference?
I'm gonna give them basic calculations that they can start from it right now. They don't need a nutrition expert or anything. So you take your body weight in kilograms, here since it's in UAE, everyone takes kilogram, your body weight in kilogram and multiply it by 22. Now that number, in case you wanna lose the body fat, if you multiply it by 30, that's the number that you need to maintain your weight. And then you just take that and then take 2 grams of protein, macros, for every kilogram that you eat at least of protein, and then the rest you can divide them carbs and fat, and that's it. You will stay fit for the rest of your life. Okay. You try to hit 8 to 10,000 steps per day, and you just train resistance training, which is lifting, Pilates, whatever it is, 3 to 4 times a week, because for longevity, for body composition, we're not talking about being puffy and jacked and stuff. This is the bare minimum. And in terms of supplements, all you can do is that build this 3-2-1 rule, and you say to your,
And I was going to say, is that the same for male and female, though, the basic maths?
100%, yeah, 100%. Because I can't ask you, but let's say your weight is 60 kgs. You're not 60.
You can no. I'm 72. You can ask my weight.
So you take 72. Yeah. You multiply it by 30, for example. It's around 2,100 to 2,200 calories.
Okay.
So if you hit 10,000 steps per day, train 3 times a week, you eat that whole food, you will maintain your weight. Just minus 500.
But do the 22 if I'm wanting to.
Yeah, if you want to cut fast, you could be 24, 26. It's how you manage. And then for supplements, I highly recommend you just take 3 base supplements, 2 to boost. You want to boost your productivity or performance. So for example, when we talk about productivity and energy, and it's something that I used before this interview, as simple, there's an amino acid called L-theanine that put me in a calm state that I can focus. When I put it with caffeine, which is coffee, I'm full focus mode for 3 hours, and I can go ahead and shoot content for hours, you know? Yeah, it depends what you want. And one is to fix. I believe 98%, I'm not sure, of the population here in GCC, we have vitamin D deficiency. So probably we need to add vitamin D. It's very simple, but people overcomplicate it. Yeah.
Yeah, you have simplified it for sure.
Reading level grade 5.
So there's a lot of people, I think, that, I mean, you touched on it a little bit earlier, talking about like calories, and, you know, they think, okay, like for, you know, I've got to eat 2,000 calories per day, so I can go and have a Big Mac meal and then starve myself for the rest of the day and just pop some supplements. Like, how is it hard to like change people's mindset from this? Because I think for a long time people were like thinking, as long as I'm under my calories, it doesn't matter what I put into my body.
That's something that mistakenly was promoted in the last years, which is calories in versus calories out. And as I mentioned, yes, calories do matter, but also the micronutrients inside it. All the people who fast all day and have one big meal, they would lose weight at the beginning, 3-4 kgs, but they will see themselves getting super skinny, super weak. Their body is developing some sort of a slight insulin resistance. They're not dealing well with the food. They're not dividing the food well. And then we're back in the dilemma again. Their weight stop. The moment they come back eating at a at any social occasion, the weight goes up, and then they stay in this yo-yo. You know, we don't want that yo-yo. You know, I have a method. If we can do it for a lifetime, let's not do it at all. So we build something that we can sustain it for a lifetime, and it's simple. And people think their problem is nutrition and training. Right now, everyone has a membership at the gym. Everyone does somehow is aware healthy. I believe there are 3 base markers and hormones in the human body. For men, insulin, testosterone, and cortisol. We all have high cortisol because of work stress, family stress, whatever it is. Insulin, I mean, you're not an insulin-resistant patient, but you have some sort of a resistance where it makes your metabolism slower. And this is common in ladies as well. And now it's common in men. And then what's more common in men is actually lower ranges of testosterone. This is huge and massive nowadays, which again, it will not let you burn more. So once we fix that, we restart that using nutrition supplements and daily habits. I mean, you could enjoy, eat out, do whatever you want, and you're still, because your burn rate is high.
And that's the thing, isn't it? Trying to make it a lifestyle, as
100%.
they say. You do, however, make it sound remarkably easy, Nabih. I think that's helpful.